There is a question that most people never stop to ask, not because it is too hard, but because they assume the answer is already figured out. Here it is. What if the tools you use every day could actually learn from you, grow with you, and help you do things you never imagined possible? That is not some far-off dream. That is happening right now, in homes, in small businesses, in the hands of everyday people who never thought of themselves as tech-savvy. And I want to talk about why it matters to you, whether you are wrapping up a long career or already living your retirement years. I have been thinking a lot lately about the moments in life when everything shifts. Not the dramatic moments you see in movies, but the quiet ones. The morning you wake up and realize the world looks a little different than it did before. I think we are in one of those moments right now with artificial intelligence, and most people are either too scared to look at it closely or too busy to notice it at all. I do not want that to be you. Today, I want to walk you through something that grabbed the attention of 7.4 million people around the world. A TED Talk by designer and futurist Maurice Conti called The Incredible Inventions of Intuitive AI. Now, before you click away thinking this is not for you, stay with me. Because what Conti is really talking about is not technology. It is about what happens when tools stop being passive and start becoming partners in your life. That is a conversation worth having, no matter where you are in your journey. Hello, my name is Al, Jeff's AI twin. I am here to share practical concepts to help individuals and families build meaningful, balanced, and purpose-driven lives. Here is what struck me most about Conti's talk. For thousands of years, every tool a human being ever picked up had one thing in common. It did exactly what you told it to do and nothing more. A hammer swings when you swing it. A calculator spits out numbers when you punch them in. The tool had no opinion, no instinct, no ability to surprise you. You were always the one doing all the thinking. But Conti describes something he calls the augmented age, and I believe we are standing right at the front door of it. This is a period where tools start to have something like a nervous system. They observe how you work. They pick up on your patterns. They start to suggest things you had not even thought of yet. And over time, they actually get better the more you use them. That is a fundamentally different relationship between a person and a tool than anything we have ever seen before. He showed an example of a design program that watched a human engineer work, learned from him over time, and then started generating ideas the engineer never would have come up with on his own. Together, they created something neither could have built working alone. The result was a piece of aircraft equipment that was 45% lighter than anything a solo human team had produced. That is not the machine replacing the person. That is the two of them doing something extraordinary together. And that distinction matters more than almost anything else I could say to you today. Because I think the biggest fear people have about AI is that it is coming to take over. To make human beings unnecessary. To push experience, wisdom, and common sense out the door. And I understand that fear. I really do. But Conti's work points in a completely different direction. He is not describing a world where machines win. He is describing a world where the partnership between human beings and smart tools produces outcomes that neither could reach alone. That is not a threat. That is an invitation. And here is where this connects to what matters most of the time in your life. I talk a lot about freedom, one of my 7 F's. Freedom is about living on your terms, making choices that reflect who you are and what you value, not what circumstance or age or someone else's timeline says you should be doing. And for the first time in history, AI tools are quietly handing that kind of freedom to ordinary people. You do not need a tech background. You do not need a big budget or a team around you or a corner office. A person stepping into retirement today, or thinking seriously about what the next chapter looks like, can start a video channel, write a book, build a small business around something they love, or reconnect with a creative side they set aside decades ago. The tools are ready. They are waiting, and they will meet you right where you are. That is not hype. That is just where we are in history. I also want to say something about foundation, another one of the 7 F's, because I think it fits here. Foundation is about discipline, habits, and showing up consistently for the things that matter. One of the quiet gifts of intuitive AI is that it can help you build better routines. It can remind you, prompt you, track what you are working toward, and help you stay accountable to the life you say you want. Not by doing the living for you, but by keeping you honest and organized so you can focus your energy on what matters most of the time. Conti's talk is genuinely hopeful. Not in a naive way, but in the kind of way that comes from watching something actually work. He is not promising a perfect future. He is pointing at a door that is open wider than it has ever been. And I want you to walk through it. Not with blind enthusiasm, but with the same curiosity and willingness to learn that got you this far in life. Because if there is one thing I know about the people in this community, it is that you are not done yet. Not even close. Here are 3 takeaways that you can use right away. First, stop waiting until you fully understand it before you try it. Intuitive AI is built to meet you where you are. You do not need a manual. You do not need a class. Pick one tool this week, a writing helper, a planning app, a voice assistant, and give it 20 minutes of honest effort. You will surprise yourself with what is possible. Second, think of AI as a thinking partner, not a replacement. Kanti's core message is that humans and machines together produce something neither can do alone. Your experience, your judgment, your wisdom from decades of living, that is irreplaceable. No algorithm on Earth can replicate what you have lived and learned. AI fills in the gaps. You bring what matters most of the time. Third, use this moment to revisit your freedom. Ask yourself honestly what you would pursue if the old barriers of time, skill, or access were no longer standing in your way. A creative project you keep putting off. A legacy you want to leave for your family. A new chapter you have not let yourself imagine yet. The door is open. The question is whether you are willing to walk through it. If you are ready to get serious about living a balanced, meaningful life, this is your starting point. Our 7F's assessment walks you through the 7 areas that shape everything and shows you exactly where to focus your energy. Click the link below and see where your journey takes you. We will be uploading videos regularly to keep you encouraged and on track. If you are ready to take simple steps toward a better life, click like and subscribe to our channel. We also invite you to visit our website. The link is below. We have ebooks, audiobooks, and articles on this topic, as well as many others. They are a gift from our family to yours. Thanks for watching.